What can you do with just $3,000? For Dan and Kika, it was the beginning of a life-changing adventure. An old sailboat, a dream, and the courage to leave everything behind. That modest sum didn't just buy them a boat, it bought them freedom. They didn't invest in a house, they didn't splurge on a car. Instead, they poured their savings into a used sailboat and launched a journey that would take them across oceans, into uncharted territories, and into the hearts of hundreds of thousands around the world. Welcome to today's video, where we explore the incredible story of Sailing Uma, a YouTube channel and real-life adventure that has captivated over 432,000 subscribers with tales of courage, sustainability, and transformation. So, let's start from the basics. Dan Deckert grew up in the wilderness of British Columbia, Canada. His father taught him how to read maps, explore terrain, and solve problems in nature. Across the globe in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Kika Mev spent her childhood swimming in turquoise waters and hiking mountain trails. Though their worlds were vastly different, both were shaped by a love for adventure. In 2013, fate brought them together at an architecture school in Atlanta, Georgia. They quickly bonded over creativity, travel dreams, and a desire to live differently. After graduating in 2014, they launched their design firm, DADM, and began working on high-end renovation projects. The future looked comfortable, even predictable, but life threw them a curveball one afternoon while helping a friend move. A stranger in passing said something that struck a nerve. "If you want to travel the world, don't buy a couch." That one sentence changed everything. Instead of building a conventional life, Dan and Kika sold nearly everything they owned. Furniture, cars, tools, gone. They scraped together $3,000 and bought a 1972 Pearson 36 sailboat they named Uma. In Portuguese, Uma means first, and for them it was the beginning of a completely new chapter. They had just $20 left in their pockets and zero sailing experience, but they leaned on what they knew: architecture, design, problem-solving, and began rebuilding Uma with their own hands. Over the next 18 months, they transformed a rundown boat into a seaworthy home, all while teaching themselves how to sail. One of their most radical decisions was to go fully electric. With just $100, they bought a used forklift motor off eBay and designed an electric propulsion system for Uma. Later, they upgraded to a professional ocean volt system, enabling Uma to generate power while under sail. Their approach wasn't just innovative, it was sustainable, and it set the foundation for the ethos that would shape their channel. In February 2015, Dan and Kika launched their YouTube channel, Sailing Uma. Their very first video, titled "Don't Buy a Couch, Sailing Around the World Step 1", introduced their bold new journey. It showed how they planned to restore the $3,000 sailboat they had just bought, sharing both their excitement and the many challenges ahead. From the very beginning, they didn't shy away from showing the real, messy process of rebuilding a boat. Videos like "Don't Buy a Couch" and "From City Life to Boat Life" struck a chord with viewers who were looking for something different, something real. Their early content quickly caught people's attention. One of their most popular videos, a tour of Uma's clean and modern interior, has now been viewed over 4 million times. But it wasn't just the boat's design that drew people in, it was the story behind it. Viewers connected with their honesty, their commitment, and the courage it took to chase an unconventional dream. To make the journey feel more like a story, Dan and Kika numbered each video as a step. This gave their channel a unique, serialized feel, almost like chapters in a book. It helped viewers feel like they were right there with them, learning new things, making mistakes, and growing together with each episode. While other sailing channels focused on exotic destinations and picture-perfect moments, Sailing Uma offered something deeper. They shared the reality of life on a sailboat: the engine failures, the storms, the emotional strain, and the technical challenges. Their journey took them across the Caribbean, into the icy waters of the Arctic Circle, through Norway and Iceland, and down into the Mediterranean. With each new location, they shared lessons, not just about navigation, but about life. They also tackled topics few others would: global inequalities, sustainable living, mental health, and the constant push-pull between freedom and responsibility. Their fans weren't just sailors. They were dreamers, minimalists, DIYers, and anyone yearning for a different kind of life. Over the years, Dan and Kika have produced over 630 episodes, each one building on the last. Their weekly uploads are grouped into thematic seasons, keeping their audience engaged whether they are docked in a boatyard or navigating the high seas. Their storytelling style invites binge-watching. It's not just a vlog, it's an unfolding epic, and that consistency has paid off. Financially, they have built a sustainable model. YouTube ads bring in an estimated $300 to $17,000 a month, while their Patreon community of over 1,200 members contributes between $6,100 and $12,200 monthly. They also sell merchandise, like their iconic Don't Buy a Couch t-shirts, and work with eco-conscious brands such as Battleborn Batteries and JIC. Their design firm remains operational, offering another layer of financial security. Life on a 36-foot sailboat is cozy and complicated. There is little privacy, limited resources, and an ever-present need to multitask. Dan and Kika share not only their work, but their living space 24/7. Instead of letting that strain their relationship, they have embraced it. Open communication, patience, and switching roles when needed have kept their bond strong. Dan and Kika's relationship has always been at the heart of Sailing Uma. They first met in 2013 and quickly formed a strong bond built on shared dreams, mutual respect, and a deep love for adventure. In 2019, they shared their engagement with fans in a touching video, marking a special moment in their journey together. A few years later, they quietly tied the knot. While they never made a full video about their wedding, Kika mentioned it during a candid moment in their Q&A, Ask Us Anything Life Update episode. She explained that she had planned to make a wedding video, but, in the end, decided to keep that chapter more private. It was a sweet reminder that even in a life lived so openly online, some moments are meant just for them. And though they don't have children, they often say, Uma is our baby. Their boat is their home, their life, and their constant companion. Sailing Uma is part of a much larger sailing YouTube community. Channels like Sailing La Vagabond with 1.8 million subscribers SV Delos, one of the earliest and most respected sailing doodles, and Sailing Sophisticated Lady all bring something different to the table. But Uma stands out, not for its size, but for its electric propulsion, its design-savvy repairs, and its willingness to evolve. They're not trying to be the biggest, they're trying to be the most genuine. As of June 2025, their precise sailing location isn't known, but their channel is alive and well. They have been focusing on restoring and rebuilding Sailing Uma for the past years, and recently they started a brand new project of building the ultimate hard dodger. Their Uma Nation continues to support them, and the couple shows no signs of slowing down. Once the rebuild is complete, Dan and Kika plan to continue their journey, not just across oceans, but into the future they've chosen for themselves. Dan and Kika's journey is more than a travel vlog. It's a story of courage, of choosing meaning over comfort, of creating something lasting with their own hands. In a world that often encourages settling down, they chose to chase something greater. With $3,000 and a whole lot of heart, they proved that it's never too late to start over. So what about you? Would you trade comfort for adventure? Would you let go of the couch to sail into the unknown? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found Dan and Kika's story inspiring, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you in the next one with more stories that remind us just how big and beautiful life can be.